Hello, my Roslins and Rosikins. Mother is back, and I want to talk about how accountability leads to being a rich man's woman. So, one thing that I am learning on my glow up journey is that accountability is everything for yourself as a grown woman and for men, the rich man, anyway. Being accountable means that you hold yourself to a certain standard. Being accountable means, okay, today I definitely binged when I overate today. I need to fix that shit. Being accountable means I look like a big back whale, I look like a beluga, and I need to fix that shit. Being accountable means, oh my God, I'm giving bum energy. I need to find a good career. Being accountable means, okay, you know what? Sometimes I do talk too fucking much. Sometimes I need to shut the hell up sometimes. I need to stop. I need to stop. I just need to stop. Being accountable means, okay, I have trauma, and I feel like, well, I don't feel like, I know that I am now, acting on my trauma with this person, said partner, said friend, said family member, etc., and it's not fair to them. Being accountable means that you know when you're being manipulative. Being accountable means you know how to say sorry correctly because you're able to point out everything that you've done wrong because you are self-aware. Being accountable means that you understand where you are right now, where you're trying to get to, and you humble yourself when you know that you are not that yet that you want to be. Not that person, don't have that career yet, don't have that money yet, and you act accordingly. Being accountable means that you are always checking yourself first and foremost. So again, all these different things lead to having a rich man in your life if that is what you want in your life. And by rich man, as usual, I mean successful. You know, I believe and I've known for some time now that men who have their shit together, one of the main things they want is peace, right? One of the main things they want is a woman that looks very beautiful in their arms, that is a career woman if they, can respect it, or a traditional woman if they're more like, I want you to stay home, possibly have kids, possibly not, but I want to take care of you type of man, right? But they want a woman that brings them joy, that eases like the stress. Now, I also know that when it comes down to stress, we all have to take care of that ourselves to a certain degree, first and foremost. But the environment you live in, especially if you're living with your partner, husband, girlfriend, etc., wife, whatever, boyfriend, you also want to create an environment where it's peaceful when you all are together at home in your, sacred space. So that being said, I've come to realize for some time now that men who have their shit together want an unproblematic, respectful woman. A woman who, if they do fuck up, can say, hey, honey, I know I've been fucking up or I fucked up. Not a woman who's like, okay, well, but you did this and you did that. It's one thing to have a conversation mutually, it's another to retort back in an argument when they're trying to tell you and bring something to your attention that you've done that they feel wronged by, and then bringing up what they've done wrong. That's not the time nor place. Like, I've literally realized a lot of things throughout my time with dating, interacting, and also just listening to the perspectives of men. And when it comes down to what makes a woman desirable, one of the character traits has to be accountability, because accountability won't let you go too far. Accountability will keep you in check. Accountability won't even necessarily even need a conversation to be had because you'll be having it with yourself as a woman and as a person in general. Accountability is great for both genders, but specifically I'm talking about women for this, right? For this series in this sense. That, as grown women, you need to be accountable for your actions, for your mistakes. I listen a lot to Kendra G, and all I ever hear really is women talking about, oh, he was toxic, he was this, he was that. And I'm not saying that that is not true, that partners cannot be toxic, men can't be. I'm not saying that. I'm not caping for anybody. But what I am being is realistic and logical. And what I want to say is that, okay, you knew that he was bad. Why'd you allow him to impregnate you? Multiple times. Okay? Okay. You knew that, you don't have like money right now. Why are you trying to get a man? You know that you are a single mother and your kids are young. Why are you trying to welcome strange men into your home? Like, I'm going to be questioning certain things because I feel like the circumstance in which you're living and existing is not conductive or conclusive to romantically seeking out a partner, especially the type of partner you want, which is like you cannot expect a certain type of man when you are not doing your job in regards to creating a lifestyle to welcome said type of man, right? Or being the woman that would attract that certain type of man, because when he looks at you, he sees himself because you have your shit together. So that is what I mean when I'm saying this. Accountability is so important, and a lot of women nowadays lack that. At least back then, with the other, I guess you could say, eras of women, when they were being problematic, they could admit that they were being problematic and they tried to fix it, or they felt shame. Nowadays, a lot of women just feel so entitled and are delusional and unaccountable, and then they try to say that, certain men don't want us. No, it's the fact that you are not accountable and you're not showing up for yourself that it makes others not want to be there for you or be romantically attached to you. And that's just the hard truth. Now, I know that Mother talks about a lot of different things on her channel, because I just do. I love talking about things that I'm passionate about. And one of them is understanding my power as a woman, and also understanding my weaknesses and strengths, and also holding myself accountable as a woman and having that discipline. I talked about on my toxic boyfriends video about my experience with my toxic boyfriend before, toxic ex-boyfriend. And one thing I remember, and I'll never forget him saying, is you need self-discipline. And I remember I was like, I have self-discipline. But looking back on it, I really didn't, and now I do. So it's funny, because at the end of the day, even from experiences that were like bittersweet with men, you need to be able to reflect on what you did wrong too. You know what I'm saying? You need to understand your flaws. You need to understand your strengths. You need to understand how you can amend certain things. What's broken inside of you as a woman? What is it that keeps creating these patterns of destructive men in your life? Like, what is it? You have to start to understand and cultivate that within yourself. And it's hard work. It's shadow work. It's work that you don't really want to do, because it takes so much of your mental health and your emotional health. And I get it. It takes opening that red door in the back of your mind that you have shut since childhood. But you gotta dig deep, because if you want freedom, if you want healthy love and relationships and a healthy mindset and healthy esteem and discipline and accountability, you're gonna have to go through that haunted door within yourself, and you're going to have to face those demons, the monsters in the closet, as one would say, Rosalind's. You're going to have to do the work, honey. You're going to have to do the work. And accountability is not just to get a man, it's also for yourself. It keeps you on point first and foremost, and then the men that are worth something will see that and want you as well. So again, my Rosalynds, Mother loves you so much. I just want to tell you the truth, because Mother has had to do these things. Mother is still working on these things. But accountability leads to being a rich man's woman, and that is what it is. And with that, Mother is going to say, ciao.